Okay, so here's another one. Look, here's one from ExaQuiz Linear Measure. So the ExaQuiz on linear measure, this one was number 4. A lot of people mess this one up, and that's okay, because now we're going to fix it. If you got this one right, that's great. You got to make sure you're just really solid on these, and you can get problems like this one on the bottom you're about to do. It's just similar, but it may be a little different in the context. So let's see. So PQ is, what does this mean? Yeah, this means congruent. So this means that PQ and RS are the same length. So if PQ is 1 unit, RS is also 1 unit. It could be like this. I don't know. It doesn't matter. RS. It's 1 unit that way. Or it could be 1 unit that way. Or PQ could be 5, and then RS could be 5. PQ could be 10.3, and then RS is 10.3. So it doesn't matter. There is no that they are the same. They're congruent. So it tells us that PQ and RS, it gives me, so PQ is 9x minus 7, whatever else go off this picture I drew, and RS is 29. So these are congruent, so you can make a little mark on them if you want, whatever. They can be together if you want. P, Q, R, if this makes you feel good. Those are congruent, and then this is 9x minus 7. This is 29. Like that. So we know that since they're congruent, that means that the distances have to be equal. So that means that this equals this. So 9x minus 7 equals 29. Why? Because PQ and RS are congruent, so this equals this. So I'm going to solve, add 7. 9x equals 29 plus 7, which is 36. 9 times what is 36? That would be, 4. And it just asks you to find x in this problem, and the x equals 4. Boom, got it. All right, next one. Here you go. So find x again. AB is congruent to BC, AB and BC. Ready, set, go. All right, let's see what you got. So if AB and BC are congruent, that would mean that this length equals this length. So 5x minus 6 equals 14. Let's add 6 here. 5x equals 20, and x equals 4. Bam. So both the answers are 4. Funny how that works out sometimes. There you go. All right, let's do one more. This one was the challenge. Okay, distance midpoint challenge. All right, let's see how this works. So distance midpoint challenge. So a lot of people left this one blank, but don't leave it blank. Always give it a shot. So here it is. The vertices of a triangle are located at P00, Q86, and R negative 3, 4. What is the perimeter of the triangle? So perimeter means the distance around the outside. That's what perimeter means. So let's draw the triangle. So if you have graph paper like me, which is cool, you can always draw it like this. If you want, P is 0, 0. And if you don't have graph paper, just approximate it on your paper right now. So this is 0, 0. I'm going to write down the point with it. So if you don't have graph paper, again, just approximate what you have. So Q is 8, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This. And this is Q, which is 8, 6. And then R is negative 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3. Left, that's negative. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's R, which is negative 3, 4. And so I have 3 points, so if I connect them, connect the dots, la 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 la, like that. So here's the triangle. So I want to find the perimeter on the outside. So let's do this first. So it's actually 3 problems in one. Distance, distance, distance. So it's a 3-part distance problem. So if I want to find this distance, I can use the distance formula or the Pythagorean theorem. So I can draw this. There you go. So here's my two legs, and I can use my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 8, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This leg is 6. So I use Pythagorean theorem. 8 squared plus 6 squared equals c squared. I can get that. So that would be 64. 8 times 8 is 64. 6 times 6 is 36 equals c squared. 64 plus 36 is 100. Opposite is squaring. So one number squared times itself is 100, and it's got to be positive because distance is always positive. That would be 10. So this is 10 right there. That's 10 units going that way. So what if you don't have graph paper and you couldn't see that? Could you use something else? Yeah, we could use the distance formula. So I'm going to use the distance formula also on this. So the distance of the x's, so 0 and 8. How far is 0 and 8 apart on a number line? Yeah, that would be 8. Bam. Now look at the y's. Look, I'm not even counting. I'm just looking at the coordinates. So 0 and 6. So 0 and 6 right there is 6. That looks awfully familiar, right? So the square root of 8 times 8, is 64. And then 6 times 6, which is 36. So this is going to be the square root of 100, which we already got, which is 10. So either way is going to get the correct answer. So if you don't have graph paper, that's cool. If you just use the distance formula, you're going to get it right every time. So now I'm just going to use the distance formula because I think this is a little quicker. So this is 10. So I'm not done with the problem. I got to get this also. So let's do this part here. So let's do r to p. So r to p. So that's going to be square root of distance of the x's. So negative 3 and 0. How far are they apart? Yeah, that would be 3 spaces apart. And then 0 and 4. How far are they apart? Yeah, that would be 4 spaces apart. So that's going to be square root of 9 plus 16, which is 25. Square root of 25, which is 5. Bam. So this right here is 5. So we have 10, we have 5, and now we just need one more part, and I can find the perimeter. So it's 15 already, plus whatever this is, because 10 plus 5 is 15. All right, now RQ. That's going to be the square root of, okay, so now look at the x's here. So this is the x of r and the x of q. So negative 3 and 8, how far are they apart? Not 5. Not 5. That's going to be 11. Because you got to go, so if you have negative 3, so negative 3 to 0, this is 3 spaces, and then 0 to 8, which is 8. So 3 spaces back to 0, and then so that's 3 plus 8, which is 11. So this is 11 spaces. Now let's look at the y's. 4 and 6. 4 and 6, how far are they apart? That was going to be 2. Yeah. So 11 times 11 is 121. 2 times 2, which is 4, which is the square root of 125. Like that. So square root of 125, square root of 125 is, well, I know the square root of 100 and the square root of 121 and the square root of, this is 10, this is 11, and then 144 is 12. So it's between 11 and 12. So it's a little more than 11. I don't know, I guess like 11.3. I have my calculator on me right now, so it's going to go like that, 11.3. So about 11 point, maybe 2. Let's do 11.2. So 8 plus, so that's going to be 10 plus 5 is 15, plus 11, which is going to be 26.2. So about 26.2. If you had 26.3 or something like that, those are all correct. So that's the entire perimeter. Cool. All right, now your turn. Your turn, your turn. Here's one for you. All right, write this down. The vertices of a triangle are located at A, 0, 0, B, 3, 4, and C, negative 5, 12. Find the perimeter. Write that down. Ready, set, go. All right, let's see what you got. So I'm just going to approximate. I'm going to pretend like I didn't have graph paper. So this is just A, 0, 0. I'm just going to general sketch. And then B, which is 3, 4. And then C, which is negative 5, 12, all the way the hell up here. Okay? All right, there you go. So now I got to find 3 distances. So let's find A to B first. It's always helpful to keep your work organized like this. So write down what you're finding out. Hopefully you did it. So square root of x is apart, which is 3, y is apart, which is 4. That's going to be 9 plus 16. Oh, we've seen this before, haven't we? This is going to be square root of 25, which is 5. Label your picture. Okay, now let's try this. So let's try AC, which is going to be, so the x is apart 0 and negative 5. That's 5 spaces apart. And then 0 and 12, that's obviously 12 spaces apart. 5 times 5, which is 25. 12 times 12, which is 144. 25 plus 144 is 169. What number times itself is 169? That would be 13. Boom. So this is 13. So I have 5 for this distance and 13 for this distance. Am I going too fast? You can always pause it and go back and look. All right, last one. Here we go. Right here. Okay. So it's going to be C to B or B to C. Doesn't matter how you put it. So it's the square root of 3 to negative 5. How far is that apart? That's going to be, 8. And then we have 4 to 12. How far is that apart? That's also, 8. Like that. So that's going to be 64 plus 64, which is 128. Square root of 128, which is very similar to what we got before, which is square root of 125. So I'm just going to approximate. So that's about 11.3, let's say. Because if you have 11.2 or 11.4, that's cool too. So it's about. I'm going to do squiggly because that means about. If you write the equal sign, that means exactly equal. Since I'm just rounding and estimating, I'm going to put that. Okay. So now we have 5 plus 13, which is 18, plus 11, which is 29.3. So the answer is about, the perimeter is about 29.3 units around the triangle. Here we go. Good work, everybody.